Hello, hello.
G'day everyone.
G'day everyone. Welcome to another show of Mark and I pretending to talk about that we know what we're doing about fishing.
Yeah, trying to be professionals.
Trying to be professionals. I'm just checking the sounds going because, as you know, I've got all this new technology that I do struggle with sometimes, so it's always good for me just to test that we can hear something. So if you can hear something, you could tell us, that'd be good. Oh yeah, here you go. Can you see if Mark can hear Mark?
Hello everyone.
Hello, hello, hello. You can talk if you want. Well, I just look at this.
Well, that's what you're best at, and this, you seem to think that when I've got nothing to say, I can still say something. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff for us to be using in the near future.
It's working. Fantastic. So yeah, what we're going to talk about? We're talking about. I forgot the special light that makes us look younger. So today
This is
probably
what we really look like.
This is what we really look like. So old bunch of old bastards. And yeah, we forgot our modelling light today, so look a bit craggy and old today. So and Mark forgot the makeup too. Jeez, mate.
That's what happens. That's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what life happens.
Yeah. So what's been happening with you, mate? Because I haven't really seen you much lately.
Nah, well.
Where's your microphone thing's fallen off?
It's
He
still on here.
He left it on his jacket, mate. See? Technical issues. He takes his jacket off and his microphone's on it. Holy moly. You're a worry. G'day Ben, g'day Stephen, g'day Jackson. Good to see you all joining in to do this. So, haven't seen you much lately, mate. What have you been doing? You been doing any work or lying in your bed? Sitting on the toilet?
Are we talking about me?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, all those things. Yeah,
All those things?
This time of the year, especially on a day like this, I'm just looking at and going, that's pretty hard to get keen about fishing. But when you have the products that we've got here, mate, that are going to change things in the coming season.
I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm really stoked. So
yeah, I've this will be our 11th season or maybe 12th, and I've got to say, the products this year that we're releasing, I'm probably the most excited I've been. And one of them is because we've got a patent on one of them. Is that how you say it? Patent on one of them, because I've got so much confidence in it. And I'm just really excited to jump up this level of lures again. And it's, I remember when the jitterbug first came out, I'm like, how can there ever be a better lure than this? It's just so amazingly good. And then the slider came out, how can anything be better than this? There's always something better, guys, and we've got it. I reckon we do have it. Yeah.
So you're going to show it? Seeing as it's mostly you, mate.
The one that's got the patent on it is actually a Nico octopus skirt that I've done a deal with those guys, and it's a slider assist rig that is rigged like a game fishing lure. So the head is actually bound onto this little kind of head like a game fishing lure. And that's the bit I've got painted, so no one can copy me. So everyone's thinking to copy me, you can't.
Yeah.
And so it's folded back, whipped in place, and then folded back. So there's this little bead with the octopus hook on, so it doesn't come off. And then so that's scented. It's full of UV.
It's funky. The smell of that is funky, man.
Stretchy like the Z-Man stuff. And then the hooks have got protectors on the bindings as well, which are also scented, and they float, so it lifts the hook up a little bit higher in the skirt. So this new skirt, Marcus has been helping me test it over the past year on Ultimate Charters, and they love them. They can't get enough of them. They're getting made now, probably about, I don't know when we're going to release them, but when they come, they're going to change the slider market for sure. So really excited about that. Another more simpler lure that we're doing, it's is the Cyclops kind of revisit.
Bring back the Cyclops,
so bring back so I've made the sliding Cyclops. So, but this time it's on a sliding head. So there's the head. There is the soft bait with a hook in it. So that slides up and down there. And so a sliding Cyclops, which should be pretty cool.
And what I like about those, mate, is we've got a real grunty hook there. So we can use them in the 7-inch, or we could use them in
two colours.
We could use them even in real big tails like that.
Yeah.
And target kingfish.
That's got to go good, right?
So kingfish or big snapper, it doesn't really matter.
And what about dropping that down in a workup, mate? A big big 10-inch bait with a new Cyclops head down into a workup. That's got to be fun.
Well, yeah, I didn't really want to move on to that just yet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, obviously we do have the Heroes available first time for everyone. We've had so many people ask, can we get these 10-inch tails? Hunting and Fishing North Shore had them for a year or so, and they did pretty well out of it. But everyone else is going, where can we get them? We want to use them too. And so yes, you can get them now.
Shall I show you the colours?
Let's see the colours, mate.
Yep. So some of the retail shops won't even know this yet because I was supposed to send out a MailChimp yesterday, but I didn't. So any retailers watching, the 10-inch Z-Mans are available now to buy. You can order them right now. So here's the colours. See if this works.
Smoky shad, is it?
Yep. Smoky shad.
I like that. It's like a kohuru.
What's that one?
Yeah, I know it.
That is Green Lantern.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is Sexy Penny.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yay.
That is Bubblegum. And that's the 5 colours.
Excellent.
Cool, eh, mate?
I think there's only 4, isn't it? Well,
only 4? Oh, there's one other one then that I've missed out on, maybe.
Yes. But
what
we found is that when I first saw them, I thought, what the hell are we going to use for a lead head with them? Thinking that our hooks would be too small with a little 3-burrow.
Yeah.
At the beginning, Wayne Downer and stuff, they were just using the standard length light bulbs.
Yeah.
And so was Justin Russell.
Yeah.
And they were catching all these fish, and I think it's because the fish still tend to come up and grab the front, tend to grab the front of that lure more than at the back. Like the smaller fish tend to rag it at the back.
Yeah.
And so they were still hooking up really well. But having said that, I think that the longer shank ones would still be better if you're targeting snapper.
Right.
And I do like the fact that you could have that longer shank like that one there, decent size hook, so you could actually target kingfish with with these larger ones. So I could just imagine that there working really well on there. That would go really nicely together. So whether it's on the weighted one or whether you just go...
So you could just fish it like that, mate?
You could just fish it like this, unweighted, just cast it out. And I actually had this rigged up like this because when I was over in the States doing the iCast show, one of the guys there was a really keen tarpon fisherman. And he said to me, look at this. And he says, you have to make sure that it's hooked absolutely perfectly centrally. So he said, otherwise it doesn't work. But he got a live bait hook, he put it in the front there, he whipped it out, and he wound it back. And this tail was just pulling along on the surface, just kicking up a bit of a ruckus. And I was just admiring it, go, how fantastic is that? And next moment a tarpon came up and smashed it off the surface. And I could imagine that there being a very cheap option for like a popper or something like that. Heaps of movement, whether it's actually just on the surface because they are buoyant, so the tail just waggles on the surface, or just skip it along the top of the water like a piper. You know,
and can I just say something as well, mate? So that's why, guys, it's so important not to put a secondary hook in the bait, because that's just going to totally muck up that action, eh, mate?
I've been thinking long and hard. Possibly if you snooted the back there and had a bit of slack there and a small one scooped in there, maybe it'd be right. But it's a bit of a. I'd like to see how it goes first. Just simple is sometimes better. Especially when there's a decent fish at that.
So these new Cyclops V2s, they're going to come with one head and 2 hooks, so you can get the 5-burrow and the 7-burrow hook in the packet. And they're not going to be expensive. They're probably about $10-12 for the head and 2 hooks. So pretty good deal for the new Cyclops version 2. That's not too far away.
I reckon
2 colours.
I reckon they'd get snapper and kingfish, both of them, no problem at all. And they're super grunty hooks. Like I reckon that might take like maybe 24 kilo, mate.
Yeah, it's a big hook. Well, that's what I got it for. So the guys want to target kingfish. So you can, buy the Cyclops V2 with the 2 hooks in it, and you can just use the hooks to do some surface skipping with your big baits. You can use the hooks for that as well. So quite a versatile lure to buy.
Now, have we had any comments or anything to reply to?
10-inch looks good, Keith, hey guys, been a while since it's been a while. Injun Park. Did you just message us, Injun, saying you had a big day of workups yesterday, mate? So,
we missed out. We were going to go.
Injun has just sent us a map of where he had awesome fishing yesterday, workups everywhere. So we'll share that with you probably towards the end of the show a bit.
Thanks, Injun. Yeah, good
Yeah,
idea.
and I'll give you, and I'll also show you some other areas that are holding fish at the end after we've Mark's finished talking. So it could be tomorrow.
No, well, as I say, I haven't actually been fishing for a little while, so there's not quite so much. But other things that are still happening for us and which are going to be available very, very shortly, these fish fingers.
Yep.
We're just deciding on the colours, the final colours now, and we're finding these have been real performers, like getting down super fast, staying down there because they're not holding up with the current. And also, I think just because they're easy to hit, they're not too erratic going down, they're easy to hit, and I think that's why the snapper love them so much. And kingies, of course, when you're winding back up, so yeah, really good and versatile.
Yeah.
And do we go and tell people about this? Tell them about how you first thought about things, mate.
So when I was on a boat down at Orams, and I think a coin fell out of my, I went over and a coin fell out of my pocket or something, and then I saw this, and I've seen it before in swimming pools, you know, when you throw coins in the swimming pool for kids, and the coin goes down like that, and I had this kind of light bulb moment. I said, man, imagine if we could make a lure that does that. So then I started playing around with different shapes, and then have come up with a lure called the coin drop, which is the next style of slider that's coming out. So this is kind of it here, and it's got concaves in the side, and it looks like this. But what I discovered when I went to Japan last time is there is another brand as well, and it looks very similar to what I've already kind of created. But I can tell you this idea, how long ago, it's probably 2 or 3 years old that I've been thinking about it. So you're going to see the coin drops coming out soon, and in lots of orange colours, like Lumo orange, pure orange,
Orange and black?
Orange and black, and I've got a full black with orange sparkle in it, so a black one coming, a red one with orange, so lots of oranges and reds and black, which is, you know, seems to be a bit of a trend the way the lure colours were going in Japan when I was there. It was just all reds and oranges basically, so I'm just doing mostly reds and oranges, but things like this here, so the orange and Lumo one, so that's the head, so it's Lumo with orange tinge, and that's the skirt. It's orange tassels with, we call this a necktie, with a glow-in-the-dark necktie. So some pretty cool new colours coming, and you'll notice that now our skirts are going to be apart, so the hooks separate, so the hooks and the skirt are going to be apart, and the reason is, so when you've got a fish and the hooks are on the fish's mouth, you can pull this away and take the hooks out with your pliers without damaging that skirt. So that is what's coming as well. So yeah, lots of new products coming, 2 new colours, Z-Mans. Yeah, man, it's pretty exciting stuff. I'm also playing around with some tungsten mixed with another metal at the moment, so I might have to go and see the patent lawyer about that, because that's a bit of a world first as well. So I'll have some samples of that coming soon. So I shouldn't really talk about it really. Yeah.
IQ test. And I've, I guess, the thing that came through to me in recent times, I've just been down to Hamilton and Tauranga. I did a talk at the Waikato Sport Fishing Club. Good bunch of really keen guys down there. Really thirsty for knowledge, and had a really nice evening there. Next day, I was chatting to the people in Tauranga, and they just said that they've finally realised, or maybe the cat's out the bag, that the squid fishing has just really taken off down there.
Really?
But it's really weird.
They've got that hard. Is it in the harbour they're catching them?
They're catching them under the lights and the bridges and on the wharves and stuff like that. And they've been doing super well. Mostly quite small squid, that's the only thing. So at the moment, our 2.5s, well, but it just seems weird that they're behind us, you know, in time. But
maybe the squid fell in from the north, mate.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to go with whatever you say.
Sorry to confuse you, mate.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with whatever you say. Yeah. But more locally, I know that Yoshi at Hunting and Fishing has been using our latest K series, which are these puppies here.
Yamashita.
These K series.
Taro, hi Taro, if you're watching.
They've just been going really well. He had a lot of good things to say about them, and so thanks, Yoshi. You really helped us to know the potential for our lures, because we've been a bit slack with the squid fishing.
So a little bit about Yoshi. So Yoshi works at North Shore Hunting Fishing, Japanese guy, very passionate about fly fishing, but also knows a lot about squid fishing. So
He says he doesn't, but he's awesome.
he says he doesn't, but he's, you know, when I talk to him, you can tell his passion's fly fishing, but he also does squid fishing. So if you need any advice about squid fishing, I'd certainly go and talk to Yoshi at North Shore Hunting and Fishing. He's pretty knowledgeable, but also the guys with Cheers Fishing, those guys, Oscama, those guys.
Oscama.
Yeah,
he's got a lot.
Whereabouts is he located, mate?
I'm trying to remember Mount Albert.
Mount Albert. So Oscama Fishing Tackle.
Yeah.
He's got a big range of our squid stuff.
He's got everything.
And so
He's awesome.
And he's into his. He's a passionate squid fisherman.
Ask
right?
for Alvin. He's a neat guy.
Alvin. So he knows a lot about squid fishing as well. You know. So yeah, mate.
So
What
yeah,
else?
mate. Well, fantastic weather coming up over the next.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Looking fantastic.
So
I
what
didn't see
we're going to
Thursday,
go out
but
on the boat, eh, mate?
we've got to be at least one day.
We've got and we're going to do our live thing on the boat, and we've got all this new gear. We've got the wireless mics. We've got the good camera on the boat, so that's pretty exciting. So the live shows on the boat should be that much better now. You'll be able to hear us. Quality should be better. Should be really cool.
And I mean, you know, just judging from what was it Park? Was that his name?
Who?
Park or the guy?
Injun Park.
Injun Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hearing just how good the fishing's out there, I just can't wait.
Yeah.
Whether it's fishing with our weighted lures or whether it's casting soft plastics.
Yeah.
At this time of the year, you can catch them pretty much always.
Yeah.
And we'll just see what the potential's like out there.
Yeah. So should we have a quick look? I'll switch over to the chart and I'll show you where Injun has just sent us some marks of where he had fantastic fishing yesterday. Big workups, big snapper. He was the only boat out. So. And then there's some inshore stuff happening as well. So let me switch over to the screen.
Amazing what a little bit of rain will do to some people, eh?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what your weather's for, weather gear's for.
So let me move this out the way. So guys, Injun yesterday he was around Horn Rock. So around here, around this area here, he had workups all around this area here. He sent us marks of probably 8 to 10 workups, all happening, catching loads of fish. So if you want the out wide workups next week, this is where you want to go. Also, good news about Whangaparoa Bay. So there's been workups in this area.
So consistent.
In this area here, which I get really excited about for some reason because I've had some epic sessions. Apparently the fish aren't that big yet, but there's gannet workups and pilchards. We don't know if they're pilchards yet or anchovies, but working around this area here. So in closer, just offshore, there's some really good workup action happening here, but the snapper aren't as big. So smaller panny snappers here for making your fish fingers, and out wide here, if you want a bit of glory hunting, it is around Horn Rock. So around this area kind of here is where you want to be for the workup action. But just realise these guys go in and out each day. So if they're not there, you know what I do is start doing a radius and going round, get your binoculars out. And guys, just remember with your binoculars, guys say, oh, I was at that little barrier and I looked all the way across the barrier, couldn't see a thing. You can't see that far. I reckon you can see about 2 miles with your binoculars. So what I do when I'm finding workups, I'm not that bad at it, is I'll travel for 2 miles on my GPS, get my binoculars, have a look. See any action, head that way, another 2 miles, have a look. But I'll never say to myself, oh, I can see 7 miles away and there's no workups, because you're just kidding yourself. You can't see that far unless you're way up high in a sailboat or something, but you cannot see that far with your binoculars. Weather. So Mark was talking about the weather before. So as you can see, come Sunday morning, we've got really good weather
all the way through, mate.
Next week
all the way
now.
through. It just gets better and better.
And the full moon's just been, hasn't it? Full moon, I think it was a couple of nights ago.
Yep.
So that's out of our way now. So if you're planning on going fishing, I would certainly
start feeling sick now.
Start feeling sick now, or if you've got any leave, start, Monday, Tuesday.
Thursday's looking spectacular.
Southeasterlies there, probably the pick of them would be, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yep.
If that stays at southeasterly, I'd probably miss that day out and then go again on Thursday. But certainly some good weather coming, man.
And just a little bit of a heads up for anyone listening from the Bay of Plenty. went to Decoro and speaking to the guys there, real good bunch of guys. You know, Mark Armistead, who's you know super keen, top water guy. And I was also speaking to the owners there, and he was telling me how they are catching a lot of kingies at Schooner Rock at the moment on smaller jigs. So 200 gram, like he didn't say he got them on acid drops, but our acid drops would certainly be the right size for that, the 160s, 200s. The 300s weren't working so well. And then out around Mere, there's some big schools of kingies up on the surface feeding real hard. And a little bit tough to catch on, the guys found it a bit hard on the stick baits. But I've got to say, in this instance, the liveys were really kicking ass. So that was the way
and I've heard some of the wharfs up north, I don't want to name them, but some of them have got surrounded with piper and getting smashed by kingfish. So, you know, I got all excited yesterday, rang Mark up, mate, what are you doing?
I would have loved to have
one
gone.
of those moments.
Because I am a wharf rat from hell.
Yeah, but it's raining today. Yes, but
it's raining today.
It's raining, but he's been, you know, I don't want to name the wharf because, you know. It's,
I love all those wolves up there. There's so many good ones. But it is unusual to have the kingies feeding this time of the year. They do tend to sort of come in back around about sort of September. And work through to around about that sort of May. May, maybe early June, but generally that's the time for the kingies.
Shall we see if you guys have got any questions for us? Let's have a look through the questions, mate. 10-inch looks good. Good morning, steady wind and rain. Hi guys, hi Jackson, hi Stephen, Ben Carey, g'day mate Injun, thanks for the info mate.
Much appreciated, very
Pete
generous.
Thompson, Stephen, Richard Horn, what's new? A new rod? I've just ordered a V2. Oh mate.
V2's good mate.
Still,
it's a great rod.
I still love that rod. I still love it.
If you want to come here tall, that is the one, man.
Need some Z-Man Ocean Angler decals. Richard, we actually do have Ocean Angler decals. If you want some, why don't you email the lovely Julisse, orders@oceanangler.co.nz, and I'm sure she'll hook you up with some stickers, mate. G'day, Becky and Michael.
Thanks, guys.
Best supporters. Great.
One of our hugest supporters.
Who lives in California. Becky and Michael, who have a nail salon in California.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, and play our stuff in the nail salon, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's good. Injun Park, mate, thank you so much. Thanks for the intel. Hopefully some people will get out there next week and chase those workups, which sound like it's, you know, really they should just be getting better and better as the season goes on and moves into spring. You know, they should be getting better. Well, the more pilchards move in, mate. So
it could be hard for them to tell because our lures are just going to be that much better, so they'll just be catching more fish no matter what.
Yeah, I think I got that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. What else, mate? You got anything else to say?
Oh, just that the bluefin is still around.
Still running,
so if you want some tough hooks, then go for our owner Jobu rigs. We've got them in 7, 8 and 9 burrows. 8, 9, 10. 8, 9 and 10. So although to be honest, like pretty much every size lure's getting hit. So but they're good tough ones if you want to keep them on the end of the line. And you should with a bluefin, you should honour them. And just so you know, guys, like very often it's great to get these bluefin, but understand that if you decide to take them back whole to the weigh station, they're pretty screwed. They're not going to be any good. You have to open them up. You have to take the guts out, pack it up with ice. Otherwise they overheat and the flesh is ruined. So really only take these big fish back if you're going to keep. If it's like going to be a record, or if it means a lot to you.
I'd rather eat it, mate.
Perhaps just keep the entrails, or whatever you take out, weigh that separately afterwards, and just weigh what's left of the tuna. That way you've got the weight of it, plus you can go and have some fantastic food afterwards as well. But you think twice about it. It's a lot of fish to waste.
Here's a question from Peter. Anything to making a new Powerflex Titanium? Well, we do still have the Powerflex Titanium, Peter, and that actually is a slow pitch blank. That's what it was originally designed for.
It's a really good rod, that one. I love it.
That is actually a slow pitch rod. Ocean Angler Powerflex Titanium, mate.
Yeah, when we were fishing up that time at the far north, and you were fishing, I think it was a bender, you were fishing the
Spinder.
No. You had the micro jig, and I had the titanium,
Yeah.
and both of them were friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
They worked really well. So and it did exactly what it's supposed to. Just lift it up and drop it nicely, and just got the bites and hooked up well. But that's about it, buddy. I think.
Anything else?
I've run out of
Thank you,
everyone.
Subaru.
Thank you, Subaru.
Thank you,
for
Envision
your
Boats.
awesome cars.
Thank you,
Yes.
Honda.
Ray
Thank
Marine.
you, Ray Marine. Thank you, UDEC. Thank you.
It's just about a whole show
Hoskins
with saying
trailer.
thank you to everyone. Yeah.
I feel like one of those shows where you have to go, I caught my fish on I won't go there.
No, good on you, mate. But anyway, thanks everyone. Have a great day out on the water in the near future
Yeah.
because there's some good ones coming up.
Next week
And,
should be a boomer.
yeah, and we'll be hopefully increasing your fishing with some fantastic products.
And as always, if you've got any questions, feel free to message us.
Yep.
We'll get back
We'll
to
have
you.
a look at it afterwards.
Might take a day, might take two, but we'll always get back to you. PM us, put a comment on here. Mark's very good at replying to any of those.
Yeah.
Ian Twist, plenty of Kauai. So we might as well have a quick look at this. Thank you, Ian, from Maraetai Boat Club. Plenty of Kauai from D'Urville across to Top of the Noises. Modest snap iron slide around 80 grams works best. And just so you know, guys, because we've got these new lures coming out, we've dropped our pricing of sliders to the retailers. So shop around for sliders
deals.
at the moment because there's some pretty good deals going on sliders. Don't worry, we're going to continue them, but we've lowered the price, so we have tiered sliders. The slider's going to be a lower price. Then we're going to bring our new ones. Are going to be probably the same price as the slider used to be. So there's definitely some great deals around town for the orange slider, for all the sliders happening right now. So probably a good time to stock up.
Probably still the most popular slider in New Zealand.
Yep, the slider sales, we were just looking at the figures before.
Pretty good.
And we've sold more sliders this year than last year, which we thought that we
A lot
would
of
have sold
competition.
less because it's quite a competition. But actually, I think the competition's actually helped us sell more. So we've sold more sliders this year than last year, which is quite an eye-opener, mate.
Go figure.
Yeah,
Maybe because we've actually kept a good supply of them.
maybe because we haven't run out. It might have something to do with it. Yeah.
Anyway,
Sellouts. Daniel, hi Daniel. Sellouts. What's sellouts?
oh yeah, because of our sponsor, all the call outs to the sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Stella.
And thank you for Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, as well. All right. See you all later.
Thanks,
Hope you have a nice
guys.
weekend.
Cheers.
How do I turn it off?
Yeah,
As soon as I
this
figure.
could be embarrassing.
Where's the turn off button gone? Bye.
Bye bye.